And we continue the journey that leads to the realization of your American dream. I'm your host, John Dye, and this is the American Contractor Show, where we explore and learn what it takes to be a successful contractor in today's world, providing you behind-the-scenes access to some of the best minds, tools, and companies in contracting. Join us and elevate your understanding and contracting knowledge on the American Contractor Show.
So there's this new kid in town. See him around building a bunch of houses. He's always screaming roof wars, roof wars. So I thought it'd be funny to make a little magnet, stick to the back of his truck. So he's running around with my logo.
I know he's in here. I seen him somewhere. Keep a lookout for him. We're looking for a dead man that put this on the back of my truck last week. Had me driving around town looking like a fool. He didn't understand the art of roof wars. He's about to.
Yo, Dustin Rees. What's happening, buddy? It's Jeff Ross, the Roast Master General. Let's raise the roof, baby. I wanted to talk some serious smack about you and the Gladiator Roofing Company. Your friend Aaron Christy over at Indy Roof. He put me up to this. So I hope you can take it, but Aaron over at Indy Roof, he told me how much you guys suck at Gladiator and how better Indy is at roofing.
Next thing I know, I'm at a job site. This guy shows up and pulls my ladder down from the roof. Left me stuck on the roof for 30 minutes. Hey, stop.
So I'm going to cancel my order at Gladiator. I can't in good conscience have you put a new roof on my mansion, so I'm canceling the order. I read the Yelp reviews, and yeah, they're bad.
But I've been waiting to get him back since then, so we found a private residence. We're gonna pull a little prank on him tonight. Classic misdirect. Got a bunch of signs for our company. We're gonna put it in his yard, and he's gonna think that's the prank. He's gonna come out and be like, oh yeah. But while we're doing that, one of my guys is gonna put a bike lock around all of his ladders and lock him to his bike, to his truck rack.
Gladiator, face it, your roofs are awful. Your stucco sucks-o. Your shingles look like they have shingles, okay? Gladiator Roofing, more like Sadiator Roofing.
We got this guy right here. Make sure everybody knows no gladiators.
Gladiator did a job on my house and it was so ugly I was in tears. T-I-E-R-S. I don't mean to hammer away at you. I just needed to vent. Get it? These are roofing references.
This is my city, buddy. Don't be trying to come up on my turf. You're gonna find out.
What's that?
What are you doing at my house?
Your house? We're in Carmel.
No, you're not.
We're out in, what's that?
I got a Ring doorbell, buddy.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, is this? Oh, we're at the wrong house. Damn, we were actually out here on Shelbyville. I think it's your neighbor's house. They called us. They wanted us to come take a look at it.
Anyway, Dustin, I know you work hard and you guys like to give me shit, which says you're both good guys. You probably both have great companies because that's why you can take a fucking joke. And congrats to Indy Roofing for actually being the best. And Gladiator Roofing, you can go yourself because it was Aaron that put me up to this. All right, Aaron Christy loves you. I, Jeff Ross, the Roast Master, love you. Thank you for being a good sport. Whether you sign up for Indy Roofing or Gladiator Roofing, I know you're gonna have a lawsuit on your hands very soon. Roast on, fellas. You're legends.
Welcome, guys, to the American Contractor Show. What you just saw was a little bit of Roof Wars.
Just a little. A little bit.
Just a little bit. And today we've got Aaron, Christy, and Dustin Rees with us from here in Indianapolis, Indy Roof Company and Gladiator. Guys,
Yes,
thank you so much for hanging out today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
taking.
time, don't invite this guy. We can have a real discussion.
Nah, dude, you guys are doing something really, really cool. And first off, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves real quick and just kind of give us some background and how long you've been in the industry and how long your companies have existed and a little bit of background on what's going on here in Indianapolis. But this is pretty cool. But I'll let you go first, Dustin.
Dustin Rees, President and CEO, Gladiator Roofing and Restoration. I am a real-life gladiator. Been doing this a while. Been through ups and downs in the industry and figured out that the only way people won't steal from you is if you sign your own check. So started my own company in March of 2020, last year. And we just hit the ground running.
And you guys are at what now? So how did 2020 go?
2020 went well. We were a little over 9 million in total sales. There's 12 of us. I think 12 now, 13 including myself. Yeah, so we just we're actually moving into our remodeling our new office, moving in.
Yeah, right
by
up the
end of
road.
this week.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
That's
Appreciate
awesome. Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Aaron Christy, Indy Roof Company. We started in around the end of 2018. So this will be our third full year in business. We did just right at 10 million last year, and plan on
Got into the 8-figure club. Barely.
Yeah,
Almost there.
Hey, buddy, we're trying to get to the 10-figure club.
There you go. There you go.
I know. All right, you got to work your way.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
told you. Hey. I knew it. That's a good looking shirt, though. Take that off.
You like
know
that?
what I mean?
That's right.
Gotta represent, buddy. Attention equals money.
So-
Grant Cardone. Attention equals money.
That's true.
So, just
Money
wear that
follows
around. Get your
attention,
wife
right?
one. I'll get the Indy Goofs sign
I
on
actually
mine.
got you one over here. I probably
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'll wear it.
Yeah.
I really will.
We'll get it here in a minute. Yeah. So
I told him I got on Cameo to try to get Mike Tyson to roast him, and he kept saying Indy Goof. So that's where I got the Indy Goofs from. We didn't end up paying him because you couldn't say the name right. So, anyways.
no, you guys this is cool. I mean, both of you guys have. Wait, are those tears?
Oh yeah, that's Gladiator, buddy.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the tears
Yeah,
until
that's
just now.
Gladiator. He's
I'm
crying.
gonna need my phone.
He's
I like that. That's a good one.
No, this is so cool though. You guys,
I knew this was coming. Like I didn't. You guys kept disappearing. I thought you were gonna come. I was gonna start
he
flipping.
didn't know about
I
it.
had no idea.
That's
So
why I've been
this is.
sweating with my jacket on for 2 hours.
I was wondering about that because it's not that cold in here. So
Yeah, it's a little warm. We're hot blooded.
we got lights in here. Like there's all kinds of
I know,
stuff in here.
jeez.
No, but you guys, seriously, this is super cool. Like we're in Indianapolis, okay? How long have you been in the industry for?
Since 2011, so 10 years.
10 years. My family got here in 2000. We got into the market here in Indianapolis. I know what this market is like.
Yeah.
I know the competitors that are out here. It's crowded. That's a
Yeah.
great way to put it. There's a lot of business going on.
Oversaturated is a better word for it.
Oversaturated, yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of market penetration, a lot of people doing work. There's, some big players here, established companies.
Oh yeah.
And here you guys are.
Kicking them out of gated neighborhoods. Hey, buddy.
I mean,
this is a no soliciting neighborhood, but you can take a hike.
I mean, let's be real. Like, you guys are in here doing almost 10 figure. This is crazy. In your first year, second year of business, that's unheard of. And what was funny was we watched that video just now. That's actually there's a whole YouTube channel around that called ROOFWARZ.
Right.
Go check it out.
And
it's
honestly,
really
we
cool.
were so busy this year. I mean, you guys were too. It was hard to get any content. I mean, it's like you got 8 roofs going on in a day. There's you know how it is. I mean, the phone never stops ringing.
You guys are doing this whole Roof Wars thing, which is really like you guys playing off of each other. I mean, what other have you guys ever heard of any other competitors doing something similar, co-branding, doing cross-marketing like this?
You know what? Not to keep talking here, but what I tried to talk Aaron into, they just built their new 12,000 square foot facility.
Correct.
I wanted to have a house divided. I'm dead serious. One side, but all his employees would end up working for us. So that's how he'd really go out of business.
Just out of curiosity, though, do you guys have were you guys friends before?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the roofing kind of.
I knew him from the street.
Here's the thing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, like, I look at it like there's plenty of roofs.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's got a roof. Like, there's a lot of people that argue back and forth. Like, every time he gets roofs and accounts, like, I'm super happy for him because I never talk to those people. He's not stealing bread from my table. You know what I mean? Like, so there's plenty of stuff out there to do. You might as well enjoy it and have fun with your friends.
Why do you think that our industry is so gated off in that way, that everyone's so segmented?
Insecurities.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I was talking to Tom last week on a podcast, and he was like, I said, I have people call me going, "You're on Facebook. You're showing people where you're at." Buddy, I'll drop them a pin. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come out, sell us. I mean, like I said, there's a roof on every building on earth. So if you learn this business, you can go anywhere.
As long as you're comfortable with your business and what you have going, it shouldn't matter what anybody else is doing, because you're still going to do what you're doing no matter what. Everybody else is going to do what they're doing. So he's going to be out. He's going to be successful no matter what. I'm going to be successful. So we might as well have some fun while we're doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's just so cool. And watching you guys do the ROOFWARZ stuff, the back and forth, helping each other out. You guys take vacations together. You guys are friends. Yeah. How much of that, though, do you think accounts for your success? Being able to encourage each other and push each other like that competitive, like, we're gonna,
I think it's good to have a little bit of competitive drive. And I mean, same thing, not even between companies, but in your own company. Like, that's why people have sales contests.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you do these things, because you want to win and you want to do it. If I see him get a big count, I'm like, oh man, we got, you know what I mean? So like, I think that's a very positive thing. It's like this, like the sales contests for owners. You know what I mean? Like, we get to go out and like compete too, and like do these other things. So
no, and that's so cool, and that's what I think
is the thought process.
It is. It's a whole mindset shift that we've never really seen in our industry. I mean, come on, we were at the summit a few weeks ago, and we had Paul Reed and Randy Brothers on the same stage together. I mean, those guys are from Denver, and everyone was like, "Gosh, there's gonna be fireworks!" Like, there's two guys here from the same market. This is, and they're buds too. They're good friends, but you guys took it to a whole nother level with what you're doing, and it's like,
we've just begun, buddy. We got some big things in store this year.
I believe that. I 100% believe that.
We're taking the show down to Florida eventually. That's the long-term plan. It is. For us, at least.
For Gladiator?
For Gladiator.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Indy Roofs would have a hard time in
I got this trademark, so.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
So you're stuck here. We're going down to Florida.
You're stuck here.
I can be.
I really, one of my goals this year is to buy a house there. I think you have to have residents there for 2 years before
you can move your business.
Yeah. It's a tough.
So you're going to change your whole residency then to be there?
Well, we'll be bouncing back and forth. You can go down there and sell for us in the winter.
I think it's so cool to watch this like progress, and like seeing how you guys have pushed each other out there. It's such a cool story for our industry to see and be exposed to. Has there been any like negative effects to this going on here?
We've fist fought several times off camera. I mean,
business-wise, no.
No,
but there was a couple fights. No, there wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so
especially
cool.
in Turks and Caicos.
See, you guys, these trips, hanging out. Yeah, I mean, this is where you guys are, sharing intel. You guys have scaled so quickly, and I think it's because of this. A lot of it. I mean,
because of my boyish good looks. But
you guys are both.
And my sense of humor.
You guys are both mega talented. And like,
look on camera. No, I'm kidding.
But at the same time, like, you guys are scaled this business, have adapted, have grown so quickly. I know you went to Revolt a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You're involved in like stuff like that. I know you're involved with some of Lee's stuff and different things I've seen you're doing. Like, that's how big of a deal is that for what you guys are doing?
Honestly, up until probably last year, I always looked at that as a waste of time because I was a salesman, and I'm like, if I'm sitting here for a week, I'm not selling. Like, that was my mindset. So I think that's one of the things that's changed, moving forward is, getting involved in more things like that in the industry. So
for me, it's been extremely important. So it's like, because he actually came from the industry, whereas I didn't. I was starting from scratch. Yeah. So like, I had to go to these things to learn and figure out different things. So I continue to do it because, every single time I go to something, I learn something from it. So
I almost feel like you guys having each other too kind of holds you a little bit accountable to each other.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, there's some accountability there because I think. Well, think about this though. The normal course of action. Okay. Guy is in our industry. Now you're kind of like the exception to the rule. Most people that come out of the industry are kind of like Dustin's story. Yeah. You come out, you had for whatever reason you decided to leave wherever you were.
Stolen from more times than Walmart.
I'm
That's
just
why, buddy.
I'm just
I
gonna
was forced out.
I'm
Go ahead,
I'm
sorry.
trying to be you know you but this is a story. This is a typical course of action. You know, you start your business and you become this like island on your own.
Yeah.
You're out there trying to run this business, scale it,
Oh,
build a team, recruit,
Yeah.
put all the pieces into place. And most people, once they get in that position, they find out real quick this is not as easy as it looks. There's a lot more that goes into this, but you guys have like combined your forces in some ways. Like you guys share so much intel that Anthony Del Medico says this all the time. He's always saying that, one is just one, but two equals like 99 because it's so much more powerful to have two heads working, even though you guys are totally separate businesses doing your own things. Like you guys have your own everything, but you guys are like basically scaling up so much faster because you guys are sharing intel like crazy.
I think that goes with us and just everybody else as far as like the events and the things like that. Like, I mean, it's the same kind of thought, but I do like, I'll run stuff by him and get his thoughts because he's been in the industry a lot longer than me. And then I get a lot of information from the events and things that we go to that I pass to him. So yeah, I mean, I think that does help out.
It's so cool to see. It's just super exciting because it's like a whole new, it's like we're seeing a glimpse of the future here. Like the future looks a lot different than it did in the past. Yeah. Like we've up until now, this industry has been so cutthroat. So, everyone.
I said last week, I said it was like, it's like different gangs. Like you pass a contract and they're staring at you and they're, you know what I mean? I'm serious. You've been in storm situations.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, big time.
It's like, you know what I mean? These guys are driving around like they're.
I had it happen. Like I waved at them and they're like mad at me.
I approach them how I approach everybody. Buddy, how they treating you over there? You know what I mean?
and they're confused. They're like, wait, what do you want?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me?
How they treating you, bud? You happy? Come join us. You know what I mean?
No, but that's been the way our industry is though for the longest time. And it's it's part of that competitiveness too. I'm sure that's fed into it. It's the storm, I think, environment brings that out in people. I mean, when you're traveling to different cities, doing different, it is exciting. There's a sense of like, I got to get what I got to get here and get my job done. And there is a sense of like funness to that. But there's also like, you guys have taken it a whole different direction where it's like, hey, we're not out here trying to kill each other or put each other out of business. I mean, I talked to a contractor today in Denver this morning. A friend of mine called me. He said, man, he goes, my ABC rep just called and said that 30% of his business has gone out of business in Denver because they haven't had a storm in a few years. Yeah. It's been a couple years now. And he's just like, man, I hate that.
You got to know how to survive when it's coming slow.
You got to know. But at the end of the day, you guys have each other to help out too in those times, in those moments in the future. And
if I ever need to borrow money, buddy,
No, but I'm just saying this in general, though. Like, as the industry progresses, all these small little islands, these small companies that are just doing things on their own are going to really, like, it's time to change the mindset.
Yeah, I truly believe that. I mean, like I said, I'm where I'm at because a lot of people have shared information with me. And I went to events and I asked, I don't have a problem. I don't have a...
We met, was that before you started at a long time ago? We met for lunch? Or had you already started?
That was like right at the
That was right at the,
yeah.
We met early on and I think right when you were starting.
Yeah, like I actually reached out to him, and we had known each other in the past. Then I reached out to him, and he met me for lunch. And I asked questions and different things, and like to everybody. And I don't have an ego when it comes to it because everybody's been doing it longer than me for the most part. So I'm asking questions. I'm figuring out what works for my company. I'll take some of this. I'll take some of this. Everybody has a little bit of something. Every single person I've talked to has given me something that I can use. So.
That's so cool. It's just such a different way of looking at it. Such a different perspective. It's fresh. It's cool. It's the way that it's just humanity, man. Yeah. But you said it right. The insecurities, the fear of losing people.
A lot of these guys are commission based, so they're looking at people. You're possibly coming in between them and feeding their family, or you know what I'm saying. So that may have something to do with it as well.
What do you think is some of the things that makes Gladiator so special? And what you guys are doing as a business?
Obviously having great people. I think the fact that I've had, experience in the industry, I've met a lot of people that I honestly never planned on starting my own business. I know that sounds crazy.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot of people in that boat.
Yeah. So, but when I finally was forced into that position, I started calling on, people from previous companies and people that I had good chemistry with. I think the culture is also huge. I mean, when you go into, I've been at companies and I know people at companies where it's just so, I don't know what the word would be, but it's not like we're trying toxic. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're trying to build something where, I mean, I think the key to success, everyone has to win. Some people may disagree with that, but that's
I don't know why you would disagree with that, because you're absolutely right. Like,
everyone has
you gotta have a good environment where people want to go to work. Like
And the best part about this industry is you can literally write your own paycheck. I mean, that's you know what I'm saying.
The harder you work, the more you can make.
It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. If you know what I'm saying. I mean, I know people that have college degrees that do this. I know people that are felons that do this.
There was a guy at RoofCon, if you remember this. I don't remember who was talking, but he brought his sales guy in that was working at Subway a few months before that.
Chuck
Was that Chuck?
Chuck, yeah.
And the dude sold $1 million. Like,
no, he sold 2.
He sold $2 million his first year.
He was 19 years old.
Yes.
He was at $2 million, and that was in October.
Anybody can do it. That's
you
don't even have to have enough
in
skills.
Cincinnati.
You gotta have
not even
drive.
a storm market this year.
Hustle.
Yeah,
they got some storms.
A little bit maybe.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like up in Indy and stuff. Like I mean, he was still hustling. Like that's unheard of. 19 years old, $2 million in sales your first year selling.
His point, anybody can do it, but you have to have the hustle. That's the only thing you can't teach.
Drive, yeah. I remember honestly a few years back, I was watching. It was somebody down in Florida, and this 22-year-old kid sold an $8.8 million. It was a tile job. It was a HOA. He had just started, but his dad had some connection with the. Long story short, he got like a $2 million commission on that.
That's crazy.
And I remember telling somebody that, and they're like, "Oh, I would take the next year off." I'm like, "I'm looking for the next one.
Why?
I'm looking for the next one. I'm going to keep doing this until you know what I'm saying."
And it is reaching out to personal connection, like you said. The guy's dad, like reach out to every connection you know.
100%.
That's
dude. Everywhere I go, I talk to people at the roofs, the waiters, the people at the, you know what I mean. Anywhere I go.
I think he's tried to hire me like probably 4 or 5 times.
So he's talking to me about my roofs. Let me talk about you. I'm like, get it covered.
Where do you live, buddy? What's that town you call? No, I'm kidding.
No, but you know, this is really cool though, because you guys have scaled so quickly. You guys have brought in so many people. You guys have gotten this culture. Have you had any issues like where people are like, "Man, this is like a new company. I don't know how I feel about going to work for that." How do you
especially in the beginning?
How do you overcome that?
I show up. You know what I'm saying? Sir, let me talk to you. No, we dealt with it a lot, and honestly, I used to be. It's funny. I made a list one time, like 10 things to look for when picking a contractor. You know, and everything on that list, I'm sitting here reading it now going, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would be screwed if I put this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a new guy. But I think there are things that you can do. And like, we started trying to build out our reputation immediately, like asking for reviews from every single person, building out your Google My Business, building out your social media.
Yeah.
I mean, all social media is not just Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, building relationships with realtors, which give you credibility. Like just starting to do all of this stuff, then you have a lot of instant credibility, but these are things that you have to actively pursue. You have to go out, like, it only takes a few minutes, but like making these social media posts, I hated it. Hated it. I was like, I gotta sit here and write this, because I'm not a sit down and write ad copy type of guy. So it was annoying.
You have an
but
iPhone?
I do, yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. So I know there's apps that you can send them. No,
you can put a shortcut on there and have. I'll show you.
So
I used to have to sit and type that out. Now I just type 3 letters, bam.
I don't do it anymore, so I don't need to see it.
He hired a firm.
I got a guy.
You got money and change.
You
got money and change, but I'm still out there typing this shit out with my knee on the phone, sitting on Facebook messages
while he's driving.
Yeah, 100%. And doing lives, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. 2 phones. Right on my knee.
One for social media, one for lives.
No, that's, you know, it's just cool to hear all this. You know, watch the hustle, the grind, the entrepreneurship, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Like the opportunity is right there in front of you. And you gotta think 2022 was that year that people thought was like the
it was gonna be dead.
Yeah, it's a dead year. Like so many companies just shut down, just completely went into like hibernation and freaked out.
It's so funny because I take tons of videos and pictures.
Yes.
And, we were going through looking at them a few weeks ago, and it's so funny. I've got videos like the world shut down, like we're still out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm gonna get all that footage to Aaron, and we're gonna have to put something together for sure. So,
well, I mean, it's the reality though. But you guys went the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
Scaled a business, saw the opportunity that was,
and we did it with no mask.
No, I didn't. I wore a mask.
I'm
just not here.
No, but it's the reality though. Like where most people see, you know, a depressing, horrible thing.
Change your mindset.
The mindset of the entrepreneur, the winning mindset, the guy that's going to go out there and make it happen no matter what, sees the opportunity within that difficulty.
Yeah.
And that's one of the coolest things. And that's what I think makes you guys so much more than just business owners, but you guys are true entrepreneurs.
Yeah. He jokes around a lot, but we both set up virtual inspections, contactless inspections, you know, and we did it the right way. We did a lot of social media marketing, because you can't knock that many doors. You know, maybe if you see somebody outside, you'd be like, "Hey, what's up, buddy? Can I?" You know, from afar. But you know, we just followed that. In fact, it gave, because people couldn't knock doors. Right. That was really the only avenue to reach people. So you know, you were able to reach a lot more people than even normally. So you just got to find the one, like, well, if this isn't working, how do we get to everybody? That's something. Somebody had to, you know, be able to reach these people. So
Did you see the video where I was on the
I did.
the megaphone?
He drove through the street with a megaphone in a neighborhood. Like,
no way,
bro,
you did not.
There's a video.
I'll send it to you. That was like day one.
What did he say? He said, if you need a roof inspection,
Folks, we're doing contact, or I don't remember what.
Hang a sock on your door.
Yeah,
like you need ice cream, man.
Hang a
Rolling
sock on your doorknob. You know what I mean? And I got those big boat speakers in that Jeep, so it's like echoing through the, you know what I'm saying, through the neighborhood.
That was funny.
We ended up getting an inspection over there.
That video was cracking me up.
Yeah.
That's great, though. So, okay, this is going to be a little bit weird, but you guys think of a business 5 or 6 years down the road, though, okay?
Yeah.
And that's where most companies were. And this is, I think, where a lot of people had a lot of trouble pivoting because they've been so set in their ways. Yeah. They've done things a certain way that they've done it for the last 10 years or whatever. They didn't think of, well, you know, they had a hard time adjusting and changing course, okay?
Yeah.
How hard do you think it's going to be for you guys, or what are you doing to not get stuck in that same rut of this is the way business needs to be done, this is the way it's got to always be, and always being, how do you guys maintain the flexibility in the future?
Continuing to learn. Yeah. So if I think the minute that you go, well, this is how I'm going to run my business, stop learning. Yeah, it's constantly like
you don't plateau.
Yeah, no, dude. So why would you not continue?
Well,
to learn?
you either are growing or you're shrinking. There's no in between.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to continue to learn and do things, because like, even with, like, let's say 5 years from now, I had like everything in place and I thought it was perfect. Like, there's more that you can do. You can add solar. You can go into the different things. Yeah. I mean, there's so much you can do to grow and evolve and continue to learn.
Open new markets. Unless you're Indy, right?
Yeah.
Right. Indy Roof
Company. No, I can change around. This is a DBA, so I can get
buddy, I got Hunter Elefante Investments, bud. You better ask somebody.
I got Sweetwater.
They used to call me the Elephant Hunter. No, they did. It's true story.
So
now they call me Hunter Elefante.
So yeah, I think that's the goal.
Keep learning.
Keep learning. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing the same things. Like, social media is different right now than it was a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be different in a couple years.
So you went to Hunter's event a few weeks ago.
Yes.
How was that?
That was super cool, man. Like, it was one of the coolest events I've ever been to, because like, we really got to sit there.
So for those of you guys who don't know, this is a roofing community.
Yeah.
They have an event called Revolt.
Yes.
Or Revolt Group, and they
correct.
Asked you to come out, invited you out, right?
Correct.
To a house, and they had a house in Gatlinburg,
like a
right?
dope cabin out in Gatlinburg. It was like, you know, there's like a movie theater and a full swimming pool. Like, I mean, it was really cool. Then we got to do some stuff in between.
But it's all business owners.
But yeah, it was all business owners, and then we sat there and like one of the things.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you invited me to that or not.
I'll get you an invite.
Sounds like a sausage fest, so I'll skip. No. I don't even know who I'm talking about here.
But they really got into the nuts and bolts of stuff, which you don't always get into. You get a lot of surface level value at some things, and then you try to grab some nuggets at some events, and then you know, but this one, I mean, you get to sit down with 23 other owners and go, hey, how do you do this? And I mean, that was really cool. So I got a lot of great information from that. It was a lot to process, but we've got a lot of it back, and I've already implemented like a huge chunk of that, because it was some of the stuff I was really looking for, because there was a few things that I was missing from polishing, and that's what we're spending this year, is polishing you know, all the processes and everything up, and it was exactly what I needed. We took them back, we implemented, and I'm really excited about this year.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
See, I think events like that are what really, you know, the collaboration. But it just goes to show, like, you collaborate with Dustin, you guys collaborate with each other. You're collaborating 23 other business owners from all over the country on like a small scale. Like, this type of communication is so important for any company that's wanting to build and grow and become better.
Right.
This is so much more than just this is like a genuine friendship here, genuine caring for each other, like genuinely like trying to build relationships beyond just this. If you want to grow,
started sending us leads yet, but you're
come on, dude. What's up?
I sent him info on how to get leads. That should be fair enough. But no, I think with the revolt thing, like there was, and that could go for anything where people collaborate. Like, I think there was like 23 business owners, and I think all of us left with more information than we had, and like super stoked and excited to be able to do that. So I think sharing, information, just like me and Dustin do on a regular basis, because he, is in my area and we get along. But I think there's a lot of people that you can do that with.
You're building the roofs in Sweetwater now, right?
Yeah, I'm the official roofer of Sweetwater.
We just got 2 approved last week.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, he's gonna run them.
I thought you were building. I thought you were building decks.
We do it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Princess Lakes is
You
Sweetwater.
put yourself in a
is it not?
box.
Okay.
Princess Lakes is not part of Sweetwater.
Oh, it's not.
Nope. I think it's further.
But you are welcome to come down anytime this summer. He won't be there. So.
Yeah, but there's a lot of steps down to the water. So.
Actually, I need to take you guys sailing.
We're building an MTV party.
Yeah, I do want to go to.
Yeah, we'll go sailing this summer for sure. Well, dude, this is really cool. On Geist. We got a boat on Geist. Yeah. So, but guys, this is really cool to to hear this, like the way this is going, because I think if you were a contractor right now and you're on the island and you're like, hey, I want to have something like this going on in my market, in my community, someone that I could hold myself accountable to, that I can work with, that I could have that little competitive vibe going. Maybe we help each other out. How do you think they should go about approaching another person about that, or looking for that, finding that business owner or that other person to do that?
I've met a lot of people.
I think you attract what you are. Like, I think if people have the wrong intentions, like to try to get close to somebody to, you know what I'm saying? I think you just genuinely have to be that person.
You have to be genuine.
I think you have to, and you have to share, and like, don't try to hold your stuff back and pick, because I mean, that's going to be obvious. Like, I've met people I'm friends with a lot of roofing company owners here. So like I talked to
I'm having a look, but I'm sure there's like a bunch of comments on this.
Yeah. So there's I'm friends with a bunch of company owners around.
We got Brad Whitman. He's local.
Oh yeah.
What did he have to say?
ROOFWARZ, two great guys.
Wants me to punch Aaron in the face.
I think he wants.
But no, I'm friends with a lot. But like I even met James Lee from Gemini Roofing the other day, and I met him through my ABC rep, Adam Shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I was like, hey, yeah, I'd like to meet him, and like we went up there and talked, and he had some great information for me, and hopefully I had some information for him, and he's a good dude, and I'd reach out to that guy anytime if I had questions or whatnot. So I think you just got to put yourself out there and be willing to give as much as receive.
And we talked about that. There's not really a whole lot of negative. It's mostly positive. It's all the good stuff. Like, I think contractors need to understand, like, there's so much more out there. Like, this is such a huge industry. There's such a huge market. Yeah. So many roofs. I mean, roofs are just everywhere. Yeah. There's never gonna be a shortage of roofs to be replaced.
They're all damaged.
They're all damaged. They all have a lifespan. They're all gonna, at some point need to be replaced. And understanding that the grand scheme of things, having that camaraderie, having that business person that you can bounce things off of is really, really cool and really important to your success. Yeah. So, and
I just wanted to say that to anyone listening in the Indianapolis area, if you need a free roof inspection, please give us a call. 317-360-ROOF. We'll come out and get you taken care of.
Of course.
All right. I had to get that shameless plug in there.
Of course. No,
I mean, even our competition wears our logo here, folks. I mean,
is that your logo?
Yeah.
That's it?
With the tears?
Right. With the tears?
Why is the gladiator crying? Why is he crying?
Don't cry.
It's a gladiator. It's not a gladiator. It's gladiator.
Guys, I really appreciate you guys being on the show today, talking about this stuff, being as open and just sharing, and that just shows like where you guys are. When you're willing to share, when you're willing to help, when you're willing to give people information that they could be your competitors, it could be people. This is the future. Yeah, it's a new age of marketing. It's a whole different way to approach it. You guys are literally 10xing your marketing by working together like this. Essentially.
Yeah, I think it does.
Well, it creates a buzz. Like, you run a magazine, and I've been
on a lot of shows. I'm in video. You're in print.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, for real though, because it's so different. Yeah. That's what it is. The attention is different because they want to see what's going on.
Right.
Go follow the YouTube channel, ROOFWARZ. Yeah. And it's got all this content. Like, and these videos are hilarious. Like, they're great videos.
We had so me and him were both slammed, and it was, kind of getting rolling last year.
I mean, there was,
and we got some videos but
Was this one, right?
that was the original magnet.
Was it?
That
That's the one that got on your
well,
truck.
it wasn't
I
the
heard.
one. You probably threw the original one in the trash. But it was the original concept.
No,
but
I don't think I did.
you don't. You still got it. But
I gave it to a homeless guy and said, "Ask for money on the side of the road."
It'll work.
but no, I think me and him plan on doing a lot more with it this year. Having some fun because it is.
I mean,
fun.
where do you
It's
draw
just-
the line?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
question.
That's the question.
Like,
Where do you draw the
do we
line?
steal one of his trailers and wrap it? Do we paint his new building? I mean, I don't know. There's all kinds of things. I mean, where do you draw the line? You know?
Maybe,
Yeah.
I think you guys should.
I'm
should
sure we'll
figure that
find it
out.
soon enough.
Like, work out like the Treaty of Paris or something, or whatever. You guys
Right.
got to have some sort of like rules of engagement here.
Yeah.
It's always like better to ask for forgiveness than
Yeah.
permission. So
All right.
we'll find out.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We're gonna keep watching ROOFWARZ and see what happens. I don't know, but guys, thank you so much for being here, being on the show, being a part of this, and sharing your knowledge with our audience and
Yeah, no
the
worries.
industry, because I think it's really cool, and it's such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
To see our industry moving in this direction and elevating, becoming better, more mature, more, just a better all around knowledge sharing environment. So thank you guys.
Yeah, no
Buddy,
worries.
you're doing big things yourself.
Nah, man, we're just trying to
Proud
put
of
you guys. I appreciate that,
Yeah.
but I'm really just wanting to give you guys and people like you and in the industry itself like as much information as we can.
Well,
That's what we're about.
Come look up
so.
Satiator. Hashtag Satiator for
Is that the
anybody
hashtag
that
now?
I don't.
Hashtag Satiator.
It's not. It's not.
That's not official. I think
not
he-
I got a
yet.
trademark.
his
man, so.
like secretary's back there buying the domain right now so that you can't do it.
Chad, if you're watching this, buddy, quickly.
Satiator, and then I'm going
Quickly.
to revert it back to my website.
Yeah.
You know,
All right.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
everyone that's watching this today. I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode here with these guys. And by the way, this is our new set, by the way.
Yeah, you need to have us on.
This
you need
is-
to have me on one time.
We
I'll
will.
tell you about some real life roof.
We're gonna
wars
do
I
some
got
cool
going
stuff. We
on.
have some really cool stuff coming up this year, and I'll definitely get with you guys on it. But you guys, this is the first time we've had anyone on this new set, So,
nice.
thank you for
Numero uno.
breaking it in and letting us hang out with you guys.
Right on.
I was
So-
here a little bit longer, so I got here before him, so that counts as more for me. More time on the set.
I mean,
He loves the casting couch. This guy.
apparently. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the American Contractor Show today. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Are you doing something unique, innovative, or just plain cool with your contracting business and want to show off a little bit? We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at showcase@americancontractorshow.com and let us know what you're up to. We'd love to hear from you, and maybe we'll feature you on a future episode.